Welcome to Classroomology 101. I am your resident veteran teacher, Kate, and I'm super pumped that you're here. Our little channel is finally growing. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because we have a lot of great videos still to come out, and I don't want you to miss any of them. And if you're a returning community member, subscriber, whatever we want to call ourselves, a sleepy student, I don't know, whatever you want to call yourself, thank you for coming back, and thank you for making all of your guesses. If you have been following along, you know that we are up to letter H. I mean, this is crazy that we're already at letter H, but if you're new and you haven't seen any of our other videos, make sure you check those out after you watch this one. Now, I don't know if anybody got these right, and I have to say, I'm so happy that people are making guesses. It makes it really fun to see what you guys are guessing. It actually gives me ideas for future videos. And so, anyway, I don't know if any of you won. Maybe one of you did get it right. And I mean, congratulations if you did, but at the time of this shooting of this video, I would have no way to know. So now you might be thinking to yourself, now why would somebody be doing this alphabetical advice series of videos? And it's pretty simple because I, as a veteran teacher, I've been teaching going into my 14th year full-time in a classroom. And I always get told that I have really good management, but I also have really good advice. And so I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of mistakes that teachers make along the way, and I feel like I could give you kind of an insight into the things that you need to be like paying attention to so that you're successful and respected at your job. And I think that I'm really excited about today's. I'm not sure how you guys are gonna feel about the word that I chose, but I'm really excited about it because I do think it's also an important word. Now you are probably thinking, come on, Kate, let's go. Like, it's time. I want to know what the word is, but you know me. You know me. You know I'm going to make you wait for it. So let's do a recap, shall we? I am expecting to hear you all recap with me as we go. Here we go. A for administration. I always say that kind of funny. B for balance. C for change, D for documentation, E for evaluation, and F for focus. No, not F for focus, G for grading. And so for the letter H, we are going to be talking about happy hour. And you might now just be like scratching your head like, excuse me, Kate, happy hour is going to help me be successful as a teacher. It is. You need to kind of think outside of the box on this one, okay? Let's dive into this, shall we? So how is happy hour important? Well, before I can get to the happy hour, I just want to impart some wisdom or some observations that I've made along the way. And I think that a lot of times as teachers, we want to do right by the students. We want to give the best lessons. We want our coworkers to like us. We want admin to be proud of us. We want parents on our side. And sometimes you may have a kid or two that, you might have to redirect a few times. And I find that a lot of times what happens with teachers is that when they get together, the only kind of real connection that they have is the teaching world. And so all they end up doing is talking about teaching, which is not a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong, stick with me here. And I think that, you know, a lot of times what ends up happening is you get one or two teachers that are having, you know, a bad day or a hard class or whatever it may be. And the direction goes from, you know, kind of like positive, and it can sometimes veer negative. And if you're a non-teacher and you're like watching this like, what? It happens. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, and it happens. And it's important that we redirect out of that. And sometimes it just can't be done, right? And I think that when it can't be redirected, that's because the only connection that those teachers have is the education, is where they're working, and the things that are directly related to where they're working. And at every school that's different. And so enter happy hour. Now you might be thinking, now how are you going to go from here to here? So let's think about this. If you go to happy hour, and it doesn't even have to be regularly. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, well, I mean, happy hour. No, happy hour does not mean going out and getting drinks. I mean, it can, and it usually does mean going and having a beer after work or a glass of wine or something like that. But happy hour can also be like, let's all go to the movies. And we do that at my school, you know, or let's go to a baseball game together. And so I say happy hour, but it's more about you taking the time to go with your coworkers into a place that is not related to school. And why is that important? Because it helps you to build relationships, right? And funny things may come up, and you might have inside jokes and whatever it may be, and you're building that relationship with your coworkers that is not solely related to your job. And guess what? When you go into work and see those people that you are building relationships with and building experiences on, you find that it's a lot more enjoyable because you have things to talk about that are not only related to school. You have funny experiences. And so up next is going to be the letter I, and I'm really curious to see what your inquiries will be on the letter I, and I look forward to it. And I have not decided my word yet for I have a couple ideas. We'll see what you guys pick. If you've not subscribed yet to the channel, please do that. Hit the notification bell, hit those likes, smash them up, smash them, smash them, smash them. I would appreciate it, and leave your inquiries down below. And until the next one, thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, as always, to yours,